Hello, beautiful person. Greetings from cloudy Winnipeg. It's actually nice and cool. Makes a nice change. Anyway, today is my fifth and last video in my Adaptogen series, which is connected to the fact that we have come out with an amazing Adaptogen product. And so I wanted to share some information with you about the different adaptogens in this product. So we've done rhodiola and schizandra and I'm forgetting, and ashwagandha and what did I do yesterday? I need more adaptogens. I can't remember what I did yesterday. Today we're doing Eleuthero, which helps with memory, so I'm definitely going to be using that. So let's talk about Eleuthero. So Eleuthero is an adaptogen, and it's been used in traditional Chinese medicine for a good 2,000 years. And it helps with, like all adaptogens, it helps reduce stress and so on. So I'm going to go through a series of possible health supports that it might have. And again, I'm only talking about ones that Western medicine has looked at. There's a whole list of things that it's traditionally used for. These are just things that there's actually been some Western research on. So the first one is that it increases energy and reduces fatigue. So all the adaptogens seem to do that. It's just a helpful thing if you are tired. It improves cognitive function, which clearly I need since I can't remember what I did yesterday. But definitely something that is helpful in that. As we get older, we all need help with our cognitive function. Okay, now we're getting to more serious stuff. Not that cognitive function isn't important, but there's some suggestion that it might be helpful with anti-tumor properties. In other words, it might help with cancer, specifically lung cancer. They've been looking at it to see if it can help with that. It enhances exercise. So again, they looked at men in particular who took Eleuthero, and they had more endurance, more muscle mass, were just able to exercise more seriously. So that is definitely, thank you, Avivit. So that is definitely a helpful thing for people who want to improve their exercise. Okay, number 5, it heals wounds. It helps with wound healing, and in particular diabetic ulcers are a thing. People who are diabetic will often develop ulcers in their extremities, specifically their feet, because of reduced blood circulation. And apparently Eleuthero is helpful in preventing those ulcers and generally promoting wound healing, which again, as we get older, that is something that is important because we just heal more slowly when we're older. Okay, number 6, it increases low blood pressure, which is interesting. It means that if you have hypertension, you might want to be a little careful with Eleuthero because it can increase your blood pressure. But on the other hand, people who have low blood pressure, it's a great low-tech way, if you will, of increasing their blood pressure and helping them just feel better. I know having low blood pressure can be really debilitating. But again, if you have high blood pressure, do your research, talk to your healthcare provider before you start using Eleuthero. Number 7, it can reduce osteoporosis. Now, this is work that was done in mice, but it was definitely seen that they got more bone tissue. Their bones were enhanced when they gave them Eleuthero. So reducing osteoporosis. Again, us older people, we need to be careful about osteoporosis. Of course, if you do weight-bearing exercise, that is really one of the most important things to help keep your bones strong. But Eleuthero can also be helpful. It can limit or reduce respiratory tract infections. Now, that is very topical right now. Respiratory tract infections are something that we all need to be concerned about right now, given Delta's coming up all over the world. But so again, go get vaccinated. Don't take Eleuthero and think you're good. But it can be helpful, and also other kind of respiratory tract infections, even if you just have a cold or the flu, bronchitis, stuff like that. Apparently taking Eleuthero can limit or reduce the symptoms. And so that is a good thing. Just turning my notes over here so I can read them. Okay, number 10, it can improve lymphatic function, so reduce edema. I remember my mother, when she had her breast cancer, she had lymph nodes removed in her arm, and her arm was just swollen, and that was really hard for her. So I wish I'd known that Eleuthero could help improve the lymphatic function. She was always walking around with her arm up to try and drain it. So, but it's hard to drain when the lymph nodes aren't there. So Eleuthero can definitely help with that. So that's good to know if you have edema for whatever reason, whether it's from missing lymph nodes or other reasons. You might want to talk to your healthcare provider about trying Eleuthero to improve your lymphatic function. Number 11, it might be able to prevent and repair nerve damage. Well, that's important, because we used to think that nerves, once they were damaged, they were gone, but apparently they do regenerate. So it's a good thing to have something that will help repair nerve damage. Again, these are all things that are being studied. I'm not saying that it specifically will do anything for you. I'm not an MD. I don't play one on the internet, but there are studies that suggest it's good for that. And then the final one, just like every other adaptogen I've talked about this week, it can lower or stabilize blood sugar levels. It's useful in insulin, in work against insulin resistance. But again, talk to your healthcare provider. Don't start taking Eleuthero and then throw away your diabetes medications. Just see if it is something that might work for you. And also, if you do take it and you take medications for diabetes, you might need to have them adjusted if it does lower your blood sugar levels in a more natural way than taking meds. So those are the points that I wanted to discuss with you. I have made a PDF with a list of all the websites where I got all this information. So if you would like to know more about these, just drop me a message and I'll be happy to send you that PDF. No problem at all. So you have a great day. Remember, I love you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.